What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Rashad McCrory here. Interesting article I found about Ghana and Morocco move to scrap visa requirements, meaning that Ghana and Morocco will be allowing visa free entry into each other's country. And I find that particularly interesting because this is just another important step forward for a borderless Africa. Now, some people may say, "Oh, what are the chances to really having a borderless Africa? It'll never happen. Not in our lifetime. How will it happen democratically if maybe military takeover?" Um, when we start talking about borderless Africa, but all these bipartisan and democratic negotiations that lead to free trade, which we'll talk about more, or even making life easier as diasporans with Ghanaian citizenship or people who want to move to the African continent without being stuck, without being forced to just be in their African country of choice. This is another way to make African travel easier, even for us entrepreneurs. Think you're able to get shea butter in Ghana and now you can get argan oil in Morocco. These open up these types of scenarios as far as free trade, free movement, and settling even marriage and things of that nature. Let's take a look at the article. Ghana and Morocco have agreed to take steps towards waiving visa requirements for all African travelers between the two countries, a move aimed at strengthening diplomatic and economic ties. And it is all about money. And having things be all about money is not bad. Is it set in stone yet? No, not yet. Both, let me let y'all trail with me. Ghana Foreign Affairs Minister Samuel Akudetsu Ablauka, I'm working on the Ghana names, announced that, forgive me, sir, announced that the agreement will be submitted to both parliaments for ratification in the coming weeks. The two nations also committed to expanding cooperation in agribusiness, which is big, that's agriculture and business, tourism, which I am a part of, and security, which is also important. Following discussions between Ablakwa and Morocco's ambassador to Ghana, Imani Kwadil. These names, I'm going to get them once one day. So this is the Ghana head of foreign ministry. I don't want to call him the head of foreign ministers. Oh yeah, the head of foreign ministry, the head of foreign minister. I had a fruitful and assuring discussion with the Moroccan ambassador to Ghana, Her Excellency Imani Kwadil, which is interesting because you have the stereotypes of Arabs not honoring female leaders. Arabs, a lot of times, we don't even consider them African. They don't even like to consider themselves African a lot. I remember in Harlem, I had a Egyptian friend, business associate, I guess. I used to just buy from his halafu shop. You tell me what it is in the comment section. And one day I referred to him as African, and he clearly got offended. So there's a lot of people, and rightfully so, who believe that Arabics don't even, especially when you talk about Egyptians, Algerians, and Moroccans who don't consider themselves African, they consider themselves Middle Eastern. One one funny meme that I remember from the African Cup. This is when all the countries in Africa participate in one soccer game. They call it football, but for my American audience, I refer to it as soccer. It was a funny meme where the European team, France, was all black, African, and the Moroccan team was all Arabic. So you see it on your screen now. You should see it on your screen now. The European team is all African, the French team is all African, and the Moroccan team is all is all Arabic. But this is part of a larger deal. The African Continental Free Trade Agreement. It's the largest free trade across African borders over the entire continent. It says 55 here. It says 55 countries of the African Union and 8 regional economic communities. But I'm still under the impression that it's only 54. I don't know if they're just saying 55, but it's saying, oh, it's 55 countries and it's only one African country that's not involved. and that's Eritrea, Nipsey Hussle land, Nipsey Hussle's country. You know, they have a history of isolationism. That's the country on the Horn of Africa. So let me just read this. The African Continental Free Trade Agreement, and the AF, the reason the F is small because it stands for Africa, is the world's largest free trade area, bringing together the 55 countries of the African Union and 8 regional economic communities, RECs. The overall mandate of the African Continental Free Trade Agreement is to create a single continental market with a population of about 1.3 billion people and a combined GDP of approximately $3.4 trillion US dollars. The African Continental Free Trade Agreement is one of the flagship projects of Agenda 2063, which I'll talk about in a future video. The Africa We Want and the Africa's Union long-term development strategy for transforming the continent into a global powerhouse. So for those who are interested in one universal African dollar, free trade across the entire African continent, free mobility, visa-free travel, similar to what Europe was before Brexit. Maybe Europe is still that way now. Africa is gradually taking steps where we see it in our lifetime, my lifetime, God willing. I feel like I have another 50 plus years on this planet. I feel like I will see 90 to 100, God willing. Hopefully, you know, in the near future, we continue to have avenues of free trade and free travel. As part of its mandate, the African Continental Free Trade Agreement is to eliminate trade barriers and boost intra-African trade. In particular, it is to advance trade and value-added production across all service sectors of the African economy. Let's call it AfCFTA, will contribute to establishing regional values chains in Africa, enabling investment and job creation. The practical implementation of the AfCFTA has the potential to foster industrialization, which is important, job creation, and investment, thus enhancing the competitiveness of Africa in the medium to long term. And that's good. It's good. It's good that medium term is there. And I actually think that short term have already started, so we might be somewhat in the medium terms now. The AfCFTA entered into force on May 30th, 2019, after 24 member states deposited their instruments of ratification following a series of continuous continental engagements spanning since 2012. It was launched at the 12th Extraordinary Session of the AU Assembly, African Union Assembly of Heads of State and Government in Niamey, Nigeria, in July 2019. I wonder if they was still ever doing it in Nigeria now. So then they give us a little timeline, not a little timeline, but a timeline of, you know, you can check this out at AU African Union AfCFTA.org and you can find out more about it. But again, we're moving towards an African Union, one Africa currency, one Africa trade at an astonishing rate. Check out links in the details.